Now this video is going to be a bigger version of it because I'm going to kind of go deep into a few things. But to be very honest, I'm not going to do justice to this one topic because I have spent around 30 minutes or probably 20 minutes in explaining this one topic in one of the courses that I've got in the Academy of Art and Science, Artists and Scientists, and I'm trying to say as much as possible, but again, I'm not going to do justice because it's a huge topic. See, we are going to talk about so many different things, and that brings us to thank you so much for joining in this one video. We are going to talk about in detail again. It's going to be a detailed version of it, but I'm not sure how far I'm going to go in depth. Thank you so much. This video is going to show you the structure of your business, like what should be piece 1, what should be piece 2, what should be piece 3 in 8 steps. And when we say 8 steps of your business flow, it is also be going to be your student's journey as well. So it's going to be 2 parallel roads where we know exactly how, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, and your audience, your students are going to go with a similar journey as well, because if you just integrate these 2 pieces together, it becomes easier for us to understand first, us to operate second, us first to function, and also makes the things more easier and not so much of complicated. So we are making things simplified in a lot of ways and not making things complicated in so many different ways. Thank you so much for joining in, and we are going to dive down into 8 different steps, and we are going to go as a reverse version of it so that it becomes easier for me to illustrate the point that I'm trying to say to you. Okay, so that brings us to this one, whatever this is. What is this? This is the whiteboard, the great whiteboard of the Academy of Art and Sciences. Now, as we are going backwards, we are going to start. Do you want me to go backwards? It's more easier for me to help you understand, like when we go backwards. Okay, so first we have something called, we are going to go like this. Okay, we have something called level 3. Now level 3, in other words, we can call it action step. For an example, if you want to lose weight, let's take that simple example because it helps you. If you want to lose health, what happens is, now not if you want to lose weight, if you want to lose weight, point number 1, you are on the journey already to lose weight. Now level 3 is what we call the action zone. It's the action zone. It's so much practical. It helps you build a business, it helps you lose weight, it helps you learn calligraphy, it helps you learn ABCD from scratch, it helps you go on a horse ride or learn that 2-wheeler that you want to do. So in level 3, it's the high tickets. We are going to come backwards, like all the way to your free content, what's going on the free content. But let me tell you, like level 3 is where all the action happens. You take members of your community, you take students of your community and tell them, okay, you have to be doing this. Now it comes more on the banner of high-end accountability, because now they have paid you so much amount of money and they want results, and you have set some goals for them and they want to reach it. So level 3 becomes, your level 3 is going to be actions. It's going to be completely action based. It is going to derive a result out of them. For example, if you're teaching them math subject, like they are going to get marks when they study so many subjects that you've got. Like probably you're going to teach people IAS, you're going to coach people boxing, they're going to do something. So there is a result to the end of level 3. They're going to get result. Like it is going to be tangible when it comes to, in other words, it's going to be tangible. Yes, even if you're in a relationship, even if you're in something you feel it's not going to be a tangible result, think of the outcomes that is going to be tangible in nature. So level 3 is going to be that you're going to craft a course around it. Probably you'll see so many other videos in the channel where I have kind of explained you on how can you create the courses of level 1, level 2, level 3, bonuses, pricing, psychology. So many things are covered over here. So many things are already on your way. We have already created for you. Now talking about level 3, this is how it's going to be. Now think of it as, I'm going to, give me 1 second. Think of it as macro goals. Okay, that's supposed to be G. Macro goals, I have spoiled it even. Macro results. It's going to be step by step format, and that's how your level 3 is going to look like. So we'll put a line over here, even that's a very bad line. Okay, then we move on to level 2. Okay, for example, now you are helping me become great at selling. Okay, I have to be doing this today. I have to be doing do that today. I'm going to be step 3 tomorrow. So that the whole 21 days process or 30 days process or 15 days process or 60-day process goes in a level 3. Now to make me understand that I have to be taking action steps. For example, if you're making me great at recording videos, okay, so that's your level 3. You're going to teach me like practice this, do this exercise, do this. So that is your level 3. To help me take action, you need to make me understand first why those actions are important for you. For example, if you're into copywriting, okay, and you're teaching me you should be writing mails like this and like this and like this, the action stuff stays in level 3. The game plan, you're making me understand, okay, what is it actually going to cost me? And when it comes to costing, it's on the lines of, okay, I have to commit to something, and when I commit to, okay, I need to be great at selling, I need to be great at public speaking, I need to be great at writing calligraphy, I need to be great at the resin art or whatever that is. Now, when I want to be great at something, I need to know the basics of it. I need to know exactly the game plan of it. That's where we call the game plan. I need to know the structure of how things are going to be. I need to be knowing an action step-by-step process of it. Not plan. Plan is in your level 3, but the process of it, I'm going to learn. Okay, this can be, you can tweak and twist it in so many different variations. It can be for 3 days, it can be for 5 days, it can be, I'm not talking about workshops, I'm talking about solid pre-recorded codes that you're going to create, which is going to, first, this is going to be a business for this, how you're going to operate, and also they're going to learn from you. So when you say a route map, the game plan, the action sequence, you're helping folks who have no idea on what calligraphy is. Now you have kind of improved that in the curiosity, and to make me understand, okay, this is, if you want to become a great salesman, great businessman with a great signature, it's so important for you to first learn calligraphy. And then when you want to learn calligraphy, you need to know how calligraphy looks like. That's your level 2 game plan. You're teaching. Now that you want to just the tweak of making me great at signature, now you have improved the interest in me. It's like, I have kind of taken that interest from me. It's like, okay, if you want to become great at writing, have signing your papers and you're having the great signature, you have to be going through 30-day challenge. Okay, for what? For learning calligraphy, and to probably 3 days of understanding how the world, the world of you in general of calligraphy works. And you share me the game plan. Okay, this is what you're supposed to be doing, this is what you're supposed to be doing, this is what you're supposed to be doing. Because if you don't get these 3 things, or get these 3 things, if you don't get these 5 things done, the 30-day challenge will not make sense to you, because it's preparation. It's before implementation, you have to prepare. Before going to the race, you have to learn things. Before, this is the theory part of it. This is practical theory, not theory, but this is going to practical theory. So that brings us to point to your level 1 here. Okay, it goes all the way back to your level 1. Now what goes in level 1? Now level 1 is what we call in the Academy of Artists side test. What is that? The basics. Level 2 was practical theory. Here it is literally theory. It's like mystics, it's like myths, it's like understanding one part of it. Okay, for example, one of the things that I kind of commonly share in basics, like, okay, understanding one of the misconceptions that I had is like digital marketing is the whole business idea altogether. But then digital marketing is a part of an online business. It is just marketing done digitally. So one of the things that I cover in the basics is like, okay, the difference between online business and digital marketing, because so many of the people get inside online business thinking they're into digital marketing, but the ultimate their goal is to operate as an online business, not digital. That becomes like a doorway to members to come and learn about the online business, stuff like that. So level 1 consists of basics, theory, foundation, and ground level. If I don't know the vocabulary of calligraphy, the vocabulary of traveling, the vocabulary of web designing or room designing or fashion designing, if I don't know the word journal in accounts, if I don't know the word balance sheet in accounts, I won't be able to take those actions, and I won't be able to understand the game plan that you set in level 2. Make sense? So the geeky terminologies that we speak, the boring things that we want to speak about when it comes to when it comes to a superpower. There is so much of boring things that people need to be aware of. That's what we call theory. That's what we call the ground level. Like, you need to know the boring stuff. For example, if you want to build a building, to stay in a great flat that you want to build for yourself, you need to be doing the boring thing. You need to be communicating with people. You need to be going and talking to the neighbors who are working. You need to be contacting so many people, and you need to be doing the boring thing first in order to understand the game plan. Then, in order to start taking those small little actions that you've got. Okay, so level 1 plus its bonuses was your basics. That came with the flow. Then comes your W stands for webinar. Okay, this is going to be a sales process. The sales process, where you are going to run your live webinars / automated webinars. Now, the automated webinars has to be like 50 to 75 live webinars, then automated webinars, so that you get a hang of how people react, when people react, what people say. So the point being, how are you going to bring people to your level? One is one of the ways is like either webinars or workshops or one-to-ones, and then you bring people inside the community that you've got. Like level 1, level 2, level 3 is your community, and level 2, level 3 is more on the lines of different categories, so basic, medium, and advanced level of your community. So webinar is where it can be free, paid, but then more on the lines of free. Once you get people for free in your webinar, you set the expectations right, and you give them an experience and teach them how are you going to learn calligraphy literally? How are you going to write emails? How are you going to, like, what it takes to become a fashion designer? Because I'm promising I am going to become a fashion designer after 30 days. So how am I going to become great at selling? How am I going to become great at public speaking? How am I going to become a great doctor in a specific area? How am I going to become a great accountant? How am I going to become great financial analyst and like that? So what happens in webinar, you're letting people know what you're good in. You're kind of walking them through the journey that you've gone. Like, okay, this was my journey, this was my struggles, this was my obstacles, this is my goal. But then to reach this one part of it, I had to go through so many rough phases in my life and go there. There is like one incident that happens 2 years ago. It happens again. So it's not just when you, this is like a funny thing, when you pick a vision and a goal. One of the goals that I've got in this is like to hit a certain income goal 2022. If you're a part of the Academy of Art and Sciences, you know exactly what the goal is. Now, to hit that goal, I had to face every time an issue, every time an emotional challenge, not an issue, emotional challenge when I want to launch something. Whenever I want to launch something, it's like there's some sort of a huge obstacle in front of me that comes from nowhere. I'm so much in momentum and something happened. Anyways, that's like reality, that's like the life, right? So in the webinar, you share the experience. Okay, this is what it is going to cost you. For example, if you want to become great at calligraphy, overnight you are going to go through the phases of frustration. You're going to go through the phases of exhaustion. You're going to face it is going to cost you both time and money. Though I am going to show you the route to becoming great at calligraphy, but what happens is, again, it's not a shortcut. It's a shortcut for Fuzzle, but it's not a shortcut for you. I have learned the hard way. I'm going to give you the shortcut, but again, you have to be crossing the journey on your own terms, in your own pace. It's going to be, it looks it's going to be speed, but it's not speed. It's at your pace. Okay, so that's your webinar. You share them the whole experience, like a trailer of it's. Consider your webinars as a trailer to your level 1, level 2, level 3, the basics, the game plan, the action plans, like the whole sum straight is like there is climax to it, there are results to it, there is fun to it, there's an adventure to it, there's a complications to it. So it's like whole experience. Okay, but to be very honest, in your webinars, you need to be very honest about. You should never be selling dreams. This is one thing that I don't like about people is people sell dreams. We don't sell dreams. We sell practical stuff. You need to be selling practical stuff to people, because if you say, okay, I'm going to make you great at calligraphy in 30 days, you should be, that comes with the terms and condition, and you should be sure about doing something. Again, it depends on people, but then you have to give them a disclaimer. This 30 days is going to make impactful only when you take an action, not when I say you have to take an action. The the day I call it the obsession fuel, the day your obsession fuel of getting great at your signature, getting great at algebra, getting great at being a financial analyst, when your obsession fuel is like it explodes, that's when you feel so much hungry and you get things done. It's like, okay, nothing, no matter what happens, I'm going to get these results. No matter what happens, like no matter what challenge, adversity, obstacle is in your face, no matter what type of monster comes on your face, it's like, I'm not going to, but it's like I'm going to go through you if you're not going to move away from it. So that's how you're going to operate when your obsession fuel. Again, there's a huge context of what I'm saying, but okay. So step number 5 was, so this was your step 1, 2, 3, and this was your 4. Okay, now we talk about step number 5 here. We go back to different color, we'll go back to orange. Step number 5 talks about what? Landing page. Okay, now what is a landing page? When you run advertisements, let me cover advertisement as well. As I said, this is going to be interesting video, but also a longer video. Landing page, and we are going to divide it into 2 categories, 1 and 2. F for free and P for P ads, free content. Okay, so this is going to be a step number 6, and this is going to be step number 7. Okay, we are talking about 7 steps, not 8 steps. Okay, where am I? Where's the mouse? Okay, landing pages is something that you bring people and start building leads and lists from either from your free content on social media, your YouTube, your podcast, your blogs, wherever you're showcasing content for free. And okay, if someone is interested to learn the how can I become a stand-up comedian, it's like, if that's your superpower, it's like if you're doing it on free social media, like Instagram, podcasts, blogs, or wherever you're doing it for free, you dive people in, you bring people in, you push people in into one link and get them into your landing page. Now, landing page becomes like now we spoke about trailer, landing page becomes your teaser, as a teaser of the movie, where you tell them, okay, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm going to teach you, this is what's so cool about these 3 things, and this is when this is happening. Boom, done, move. That's how a cool, small, short, simple the landing page has to look like. So there's like a headline, there's like a sub-headline, there's like an image, there's you, there's what are you going to teach, what is so cool about that thing. Boom, nothing more. Probably one, 2, 3, 4 case studies here and there. If you're not going to sell them anything, but if you're going to sell them just a free webinar, this has to be very short and simple, where this is like a teaser. Teaser doesn't last for like 1 minute. It lasts for like probably 20 seconds, probably 15 seconds, probably not more than 30 seconds, right? So it has to be very quick, readable, consumable, to the point. If I'm interested, I'll get in. If I'm not interested, I'll walk away. It's that easy. You're just filtering people out with the majority. When you're targeting so many people out there, be it social media, you're having free content, you're having advertisements. So there's like a lot of areas and lot of dimensions of people that walk into you in your landing page, and you just want to filter them out. It's like, this is not for you, this is not for you, this is not for you. This is just for the people who want to learn about advertisements. This is just for the people who want to learn about copywriting. This is just for the people who want to become great at, have great muscle. This is all about, I'm not going to teach you about losing weight. I'm not going to teach you about muscle building. I'm just going to teach you about the science of nutrition, if you're a nutritionist. Okay, so you have to filter out people through a landing page. And the last 2 steps that we had, free content and advertisements, that's where the door starts. You either go organically through your social media channels like YouTube or podcasts and blogs and stuff like this, so that word of mouth spreads, your content goes, people get to know who you are, what you do, what you have to add value to, and what you create and stuff like that, so that towards the end of the video, you have a call to action. You send people, is like, click the link, go to the landing page. From the landing page, they go to your webinar. From the webinar, they go to your level 1, level 2, level 3. It's that flow. And if not that, advertisements. You run advertisements, you get people to your landing page, you get people to your webinars, you get people to your level 1, level 2, and that's how I think we have crossed 19 minutes, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. We've crossed 41, 19 seconds, 19 minutes. And thank you so much for making this video. This is how your business is going to be structured as. This is how your students' journey is also looking like, because both of them are together. This brings me to a very great important point, where if you're a great coach on the front end, if you're a great salesman on the front end, you also have to be great at the business part of the world, because business is going to be the back end of it. Front end is going to be you all over the social media, doing content, creating video, helping people, impacting people, connecting with people. That's the front end of it. So it's very important to understand these two places. Like, okay, this is going to be the front end of it, where face value stands, and this is going to be the back end of it, where the money speaks, the numbers, the statistics, the logical. It's all based on numbers on the back end. 01010101, the binary stuff. On the front end, it's so exciting, and application looks so exciting, YouTube looks so exciting, but then that's how we have to blend and mix and match as being an introvert entrepreneur. Thank you so much for making this video / podcast the topic and me a part of your day. I'm going to see you in another exciting, cool little video. It's not going to be as long as this one, but then it's going to be a cool one, that's for sure. Okay, thank you so much, and I'm going to see you in another on the flip side.
وبالله نذنا ليطوى زمان بائس شحيح ليطوى